Wow. I'm talking about a couple things here. And so, first of all, Ash, I also know you as Lucius. I didn't make that connection. It's nice to know that you're still around, my friend. It's it's an honor. You know, he's one of these people that creates fantastic stuff. A very smart person, by the way. I found the arrow you sent me for nabbing fish. I'm not just gonna. And I look at the quality of, well, making the barbs, of course, but also the quality of the sinew wraps. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. Glad I found it. I've got multiple quivers laying around, and it just happened to be in a different quiver than the other arrows that you sent me. Again, thank you for sending me these arrows. This was, time gets away. I was intending to write my second book, which I can this winter because I'm not going to be climbing trees and stump grinding, and my day job, cutting fruit, is going to go down to 2 days a week. So I've got 5 days a week for just making bows and writing books. Woo! Finally, partial retirement is paying off. Got an offer. I want you to remember, because I don't have one like it. I sent it to Oregon to our friend Hector, along with that cool little hickory bow. Remember I was shooting those 2 short bows? And one of them was a red oak made from the same piece of wood as this. And someday I'll have time to make a second one. Remember that really cool flat bow with the recurves, right? Very fast. Ravenbeak. A purveyor of Pacific Yew staves. Oh, you know where I'm going with this? I emailed him regarding Ravenbeak. Look up his YouTube channel, because how they sell yew staves is they'll have a series of staves, right? Or billets, pairs of yew, numbered, and then go through, describe them, and then the price. Well, number 15 hopefully will be mine. Extremely clean, straight, so it's going to be an easy process. No knots. You know where I'm going with this price-wise. And it would be perfect for making one of those recurved flat bows, sinew-backed. Not just rawhide, my friends, sinew-backed. A full-on dream bow. Now, Pacific Yew, of course, grows along the Pacific coast. And there's all these groups, these tribes, that would make their versions of short Pacific Yew bows, from pyramid bows to paddle bows. And other bows. A lot of different kinds of bows. Beautiful bows. Perfect bows. It also kind of paths with the Great Basin. Shoshone, Paiute, some other groups in there. It kind of crossed paths because it bordered, on the borders, there's some overlap. And so there were the flat bows, there were the gull wings and stuff utilizing Pacific Yew. Now, most of the bows, I would guess, in the Great Basin, because it's a big area, would have been like Utah juniper, like ERC, Eastern Red Cedar type of thing, sinew-back. There were some Pacific Yew. So I am going to buy that yew stave, and I am going to make a dream bow. Now, the cost of the wood alone and shipping is going to be well over $200. It's pricey, but you get what you pay for. And this is a beautiful stave. I trust the guy. Trustworthy character. And I'm wondering if any of you would be interested getting your name on the pizza box for a Pacific Yew flat bow, recurve, sinew-back dream bow. Let me know. Now, price of the wood is heavy, plus construction sinew backing. So, we're looking at in the $600 range here. A little bit more if you also want a sinew string on it. When I do like these dream bows, I'll offer, you want the B50 string for everyday use. Although, where is it? It's somewhere. I don't know. I've got so much stuff here. I use the sinew string for everyday use. It's a very strong string. And they are repairable. What you make can be remade. But I usually offer sinew string for one of these things, along with a B50 string for everyday use. And there have been times when I'll make one of these bows, I'll make a nice stand for it. The bow is up here, and there's also a slot on a stand for a real arrow that would go with that bow, made from authentic materials, That area, I don't know, maybe ocean spray. Who's to say? And I know some people, again, not every arrowhead was entirely beautifully, perfectly made, but tribes did have representative, perfectly made arrowheads. A perfectly made arrowhead for that system. Something to think about. Something to think about. Well, I better get it in gear, finish my breakfast, sharpen some chainsaws, and pack my stuff to do this tree job I have this morning. Fortunately, it's not an extensive one. And I don't even need to haul the stuff away. They're going to process the material. So I'll be back at making bows in my workshop here after I'm done with that. Think about it. Your Pacific U dream bow. That's all.